Hey, what's going on to all of my Aquarians? Please make sure to get the book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. Y'all and Virgo gave me the most activity. Y'all are the ones that's getting the first videos. So what was I gonna say? I don't really have anything to say. Yeah, so let's get into it. Alright, so the cards that I come up with here for the Aquarians are the Knight of Spears, Five of Spears, Two of Swords. Spears is the same thing as Wands, okay? The Emperor, the Hermit, the Queen of Spears, Six of Coins, King of Spears, Six of Cups, wow. Four of Cups, this is for November, by the way. Seven of Coins, Seven of Cups, Eight of Coins, High Priestess, wow. And last but not least, Eight of Swords. A lot of indication of Virgo. High Priestess and the Hermit are all indications of Virgo-like energy. All right, so Knight of Spears, Five of Spears, Two of Swords. This is something for the Aquarius. Someone who's a little bit more troubled, mischievous, that you stopped hanging out with. Someone that you stopped hanging out with. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. The Knight of Spears, the Five of Spears, the Two of Swords. This person's always got something going on, whom you used to hang out with. You don't hang out with them anymore. You don't talk to them anymore, okay? That's why you got the Six of Cups in the first place. But this is about how this person seems to be very interested in trying to control you, trying to getting into disagreements with you, right? And the Emperor and the High Priestess is about them thinking that they really was bringing something into your lives and actually bringing, not just bringing something, they were bringing value into your lives. And they're telling you that don't do this, right? They were telling you from then, now that the two of you don't talk anymore, that to not do this because you're going to end up missing them. And the Queen of Spears and the Six of Coins is about you thinking, well, why is it that you would miss them if they were the ones that was bringing the problems into your life, right? What's up with this? How is it that they could be, how is it that they're the ones that you're going to end up missing? Shouldn't they be the ones to end up missing you? And then this is where you get the King of Spears and you get the Six of Cups. The King of Spears, Six of Cups, and the Four of Cups represents you may end up trying to communicate with them back. Trying to at least be friends with them again, right? Because you don't necessarily see them as a romantic interest per se, not saying that you don't, but you don't necessarily see them as that, right? Totally. You may see them as someone that you can at least try to make peace with and make amends. And this person doesn't necessarily 100% believe you. So what I'm seeing here is you Aquarians and this person used to disagree a lot, used to bump heads. The two of y'all recently stopped, sorry, my ears. The two of y'all recently stopped talking to each other. And you Aquarians want to do the Aquarian thing by making amends and trying to create some sort of peace, playing the peacemaker. But the Seven of Coins represents this person is all too happy to kind of let it be what it is, which is if the two of y'all are not talking, this person is kind of happy to let it stay as the two of you not talking and not necessarily being friends again. This person is sound in their decision that they are okay with this. The Seven of Cups represent, again, you know, the arrogance that they may have, the arrogance that they may have. Every time they come around you, or every time you're around, it's got to be a problem. It's got to be some sort of argument, some sort of fight, some sort of disagreement, some sort of bumping heads. And the Eight of Coins is, it's better off you leave this person by themselves, because essentially when you're not around, this person is so happy being by themselves. And this is what a lot of you Aquarians need to understand. Sometimes, because see, where Aquarians just mess up at is they just mess up from wanting to make too many people their friends. Because Aquarians have the mindset of even their enemies are friends. No, your enemies are your enemies until they show you by putting in effort and sweat equity over a certain amount of time that they are your friend, if that is the truth. Your enemies are not your friends. You can't hang out with people who you know for a fact that they are an enemy. You have to feed them with a long spoon, right? You have to hold on a second. Anyway, yeah, you have to feed them, because I thought I had a ruler, but look how long this book is. You have to feed them with a long spoon. You have to essentially feed them, right? Give it to them, right? If they're going to be around you, give them information or hang around them from afar. You can't be up close and personal and Freddy with people so much, because they're going to try to sabotage you. And the thing is that the High Priestess is, you're starting to learn that. But that's what I'm saying, Aquarius. You should already know this. And see, this is part of the reason why in my own personal private readings, I just knock heads sometimes with people, because, so to speak, because people are grown, but they don't take the time to really realize what's going on. And that's a huge problem. And again, that's another reason why Mercury goes retrograde. Slow down and pay attention to who you are and your surroundings and what's going on in your surroundings, and gain from it. Understanding. Gain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so you know what to do and how to move. And a lot of times people who are 18 and older, this is why it is. I'm when people want to act like idiots, I don't play any games with them. It's because you how old and you don't know this type of stuff. And it's a shame, Aquarius, because you're supposed to know this too as well. Not everybody is your friend. Aquarius rules over the 11th house. The 11th house rules hidden enemies. And those same hidden enemies, see, the 6th house, which is ruled over by Virgo, rules known enemies. The 11th house rules over hidden enemies. And those can be the same thing. Virgo is the lower octave of Aquarius. So gain sense from nonsense, as my family members would say. Gain sense from nonsense. If Virgo is the lower octave of Aquarius, and Virgo represents the known enemies, and Aquarius represents the higher octave of Virgo, then it means that Aquarius represents hidden enemies. Then doesn't that stand to mean that you need to pay attention to what's going on around you? Because the same people who could be trying to sabotage you are the same people coming to you in the form of friends and family and maybe even romantic interests. So I'm kind of, you know what I mean, Aquarius? I ain't even gonna lie, Aquarius. I'm kind of taken back at how y'all ain't peeping game. What is up? So let's clarify the 8 of Swords. Let's clarify the 8 of Swords. You have the Agua la Flambeau, Gueda la Flambeau, Gueda, I should say, Flambeau, and then you have the World Egg. So I'm using the Voodoo Tarot. So the Eight of Swords, right? To clarify the Eight of Swords, you have these three cards. Exactly. You have to learn to navigate conflict with people wisely. Stop bringing people into your lives who come in and out, because Aquarius has the same problem when Mercury goes retrograde. The people who you thought was cool with you, that you stopped talking to before Mercury retrograde came about, now they coming in and out of your life, and you're like, why are you here? And a lot of you Aquarians tried to make peace. No, freak that. Ding, you stabbed me in the back. You're done. You're done. You're done. Right? You're done. You can say you apologize and I forgive you, but you're done. I mean, what? And then this is about how it is that, you know, that you may have a lot of things going for yourselves, but you still need to understand that not everybody is your friend. So you need to be mindful of that. And the World Egg now represents, now you're starting to understand more and more what it is that I'm talking about. Right. Because this, like I said, this is why Mercury goes retrograde. One of the reasons why is to show people how goofy they are, because the goofiness upticks, or it gets increased when Mercury goes retrograde. So if you were dumb before, a person who was dumb before is going to be even more dumb. I'll go ahead and give you an example of this. I remember being, because I'm not that old, I remember being in high school about 15 years ago, right? It was during a Mercury retrograde. Feeling tired. I didn't even know about knowledge like that, right? 15 years ago, I was back in, it was 2006. I was in high school, a sophomore. And now I know it's a Mercury retrograde because I understand the feeling. I've been around the block with the knowledge enough times to know what a Mercury retrograde feels like. It makes you feel slow, right? Especially if you're a Gemini or a Virgo. It makes you feel slow, tired, mentally, physically exhausted. The twilight zone, things don't necessarily add up. Technology is not necessarily really doing what it is that you want it to do. It's going haywire. It's acting like it has a mind of its own. Here's the thing. I remember in 2006, a particularly very severe Mercury retrograde had happened to me. I was in high school at the time, actually in class when this happened. And I still remember a person's name, right? I'm not going to go ahead and say the person's name, but I was cool with them, right? Up until this point, and then I started to look at them with a side eye. And we may have had small disagreements, but this person showed their selves. You know, this person really decided to really start spazzing out during this particular time, and it's during a Mercury retrograde. Now I understand what a Mercury retrograde is. And it's so crazy the way that it happened, because substitute teacher, so now we're already in the twilight. Everybody's breaking off into their own groups, individual groups, cliques in the class. I'm in mine, or at least I thought. And now the things that I would normally say that the person talking about the particular so-called friend wouldn't have a problem with, now they're butting heads. Now they're competing. Now it's some sort of conflict. And I'm saying to myself, you fake, because if I would have said this to you, you wouldn't have a problem with this. What's up with this? What is up with this new energy that you seem to harbor? And this is what happens during Mercury retrograde. I'm saying all this to say that a lot of you Aquarians, y'all need to step y'all game up, to be real with y'all. Because Aquarius is one of the few zodiac signs that is supposed to be on a higher level. There's only 4 out of 12 zodiac signs that are on a higher level than the other 8. Gemini, Virgo, Libra, and Aquarius. So you have to be about this. You can't start slacking off now. You have to really be on your P's and Q's. And the mere fact that y'all are getting caught up in this situation, come on. Come on, Aquarius. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. So let's clarify the High Priestess. Let's clarify the High Priestess. Let's clarify. Let's Morts. The Market. Horngon. The Congo Horngon. To clarify the High Priestess. Very interesting ceremonial rituals anyway on these cards. It's showing how, yes, a lot of you Aquarians need to start doing more surveillances of your surroundings. You need to pay attention more. You know what I mean? You need to adopt Cancer, crab-like qualities. Cancer rules opulence, vigilance, paying attention, right? They're very good observers when they're ready. Pay attention. You need to start paying more attention. A lot of you Aquarians are paying more attention, and you're seeing that certain things need to actually be corrected, because a lot of the people who are fronting like they are here with you, some more people, they're starting to realize that you're going to have to get rid of or stop communicating with some more people. And you're right. You're right. Let's clarify the Six of Cups. Let's clarify the Six of Cups. You have the La Place, the Nanan Bocla La Flambeau, has a mouthful, and the Oriate. Yes, you were trying to. So you were trying to do the right thing. You wanted to create peace, but this person was all too happy to start problems with you, and you have to be happy with if this person decides that they don't want to hang out with you. Look at it like a blessing. You don't have to put up with this person's antics and their craziness anymore. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Really appreciate it. Peace.